Okay, let's get at some harder problems with negative indices. Let's look at question A to start with here. So I'll just write it out one more time. So here we've got in the question a mixture of numbers and also negative indices. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take the numbers first of all. We've got 2 times 4. Okay, so 2 times 4, so that's going to be 8. So we'll just write that down, straightforward. Now, we've got A's, and because we're multiplying, we add the indices. So we've got -5 plus -6. Okay, so we've got -5 plus -6. Overall, that's -5. Take another 6. That's going to be -11. That's 8a to the power of -11. As far as the b's are concerned, we've got 2 plus -4. So 2 plus -4, overall is 2 minus 4, and that's -2. All right, so we've got to express these with positive indices. So remember, on that 8, there's an imaginary 1 there as well. It's already got a positive index, so it's going to stay where it is. And we're going to move the a and the b expression to the bottom position of the fraction, called the denominator. So that's a to the power of 11, b to the power of 2. Notice how the minus 11 changes to a positive 11, and the minus 2 changes to a positive 2 there. So the answer is 8 over a to the power of 11, b to the power of 2. Let's look at question B. Now, with question B, it's a divide sum, but I find it easier to change it to a fraction form. Remember, a fraction is a divide sum. Right? That fraction line means divide. So here we go. Now, it's starting to get a bit trickier here. I'm going to start by cancelling the numbers. And I've got 4 and 20, and I know that 4 goes into both of those. So 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 20 goes 5 times. So I'm actually going to start writing down my the next part of my answer here. And I'm going to put a 1 on top and a 5 on the bottom. That's the numbers dealt with, all right? Now, we've got the x's. We subtract the indices because we're dividing. So we've got -5 on top, take 12 on the bottom. -5 take 12 is -17. Okay, so we've got x to the power of -17. Next one, -3 on top, -5 on the bottom for the y's. Here's the tricky bit. -3 minus -5. We might have learned from earlier maths that minus is effectively a plus. So it's +5. So -3 plus 5 is y to the power of +2. Our last step is to make any negative index positive, all right? And look, I've got 1 up there. I don't really need to put that in, so I'm going to leave that out this time. So I've got y squared on top. I've got 5 on the bottom. They've already got positive indices. I don't have to move them. But the x to the power of -17, because that's negative, I move that to the bottom and make it positive. So it becomes x to the power of 17. So my answer, forgetting my equal signs here, is y squared over 5x to the power of 17. Let's look at the next question. Last one of this group. So we've got 2m to the -3 n squared to the power of -4. And as I reminded you a number of times, let's put a 1 there next to the 2. Multiply the indices. 2 to the power of 1 times -4 is -4. M to the power of, we're multiplying here, so -3 times -4, a negative times a negative is a +12. N to the 2 times -4 is -8. All right, I've got to make negative indices positive. I've already got a positive index, m to the power of 12. It's staying where it is. Over, I move now the -4 to the bottom, make it a +4, and the n to the -8 becomes a +8. Remembering, if I move something from one side of the fraction line to the other, it changes its sign. Last step, I can make 2 to the power of 4 a number. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 16, and n to the power of 8. And there's the final answer. Good luck.